Hi, today we're going to do a little bit something different. I'm sitting here with Art. Hello, Art.
Hey, Ida.
Y'all. And we're doing basically a talk. So this is the first LensVid Talk. Let's hope that this will come out nice and we can do a little bit more of these in the next few months. So we have a few topics that we wanted to discuss. Let's start. You have a new camera, right? You're working with a new camera?
I do, working with the FX30. Picked this up 2 weeks ago.
And how has it been working out for you?
I love the just the form factor. I love it's been seamless, and as far as like cropped or full frame, I really haven't seen the difference. It does have a slight color shift.
Oh, really?
We actually shot something with 3 cameras the other day, and it was the R4, the older one.
Yeah.
The 7S.
It has different color. The R4 has different colors.
Right, but then the 7S3 and this one, the FX30, and all 3 had different. I mean, that's a tiny, like when you compare side to side, it was a bit different. Other than that, like the form factor, I really enjoy.
Yeah.
The 7 custom buttons, I love it. Variable shutter, I think is interesting.
Have you gotten used to the on-off switch not being on the?
No, I keep looking. Because it has the same kind of feel.
Yeah.
But it's a rocker.
Yeah.
This is a zoom rocker for like a clear image zoom or for like zoom lens.
Yeah.
So I keep doing that, and that's the only thing. But having the big record button, I enjoy that. The tally lights, I love it. Like, I don't know why we don't have tally lights on.
Yeah, I don't have an answer for that.
Other than that, I think it's...
And we're waiting for a cage to come for this.
Yeah, because this is a kind of a...
yeah, it's...
what do you go? Frankenstein cage.
Yeah. No.
But it's...
We're going to get a cage for this, and hopefully it's going to be something that we are going to review later on. Yeah. But I think there is a new Tilta cage. Small Rig has one, probably a few other companies.
Right.
So that's interesting. And actually, this brings us to, I think, the first topic that I wanted to discuss today. And this is the new announcement by Sony. So Sony announced, I think, 2 days ago, the A6700, which shares quite a few things with this. So it basically has the same, well, we're not 100% sure, but it looks like it. The same sensor,
right.
So 26 megapixel sensor. Did you shoot any stills with this one?
Well, it doesn't have a viewfinder, so I mean, there's a lot of photographers that I see now that
use
do
the
this
screen,
kind of thing, which I don't know how they do it because you can't see anything in bright light, and like it's not the same. Somehow, when I look through the viewfinder, I see what I need to see on the screen. Like my wife always has me take photos of her with the phone, and it's like. Are you a photographer or what? So I don't know. So I haven't taken photos with this. It does have a photo mode.
Yeah, but probably just a single frame or something.
Oh yeah, it's like you can't do bursts. You can't do. It's pretty like it's not made for it.
No, if you're looking for a hybrid camera, I think the A6700 is a much better option.
Well, that's the difference. I think that's why they kept the 2 lines parallel.
Yeah,
because like.
Yeah,
and if you just look at it, okay.
If you want a video camera, then that's a great option. Right. But if you want also to shoot stills, then probably the A6700 is a better option. One thing, they share a lot of things. So they share the sensor, they share the processor, the Bions X latest generation. And I'm not sure, this is something that we need to check, if this actually has the new AI chip. Do you know?
Yeah, I don't know. What's the AI chip?
The AI chip is the new chip that they announced for the A7.
The one that looks at like the bird eye.
It's more than that. It can do the really interesting feature of like the framing or reframing of the subject while it's moving in the frame. So it will keep the subject in the frame at all times at the same position with it. The ZV-1 has this.
That's some newer technology than this. Because this came out last year when we were at ABC.
Oh, okay. Oh,
so, and it just had a firmware update, but
so it doesn't. No, so it doesn't. Yeah. So the A7, so the A6700 has something that this doesn't. So the AI chip it's really interesting. I really want them to bring it. We're actually shooting with 3 cameras here. One of them is the A7R5, and it does have the AI chip, the center one. Yeah. So it has the AI chip. So they can bring this feature to the A7R5, but so far we haven't seen this, so hopefully they will. So in terms of, I've been looking at some of the comments and people talking about the A6700 in general, either in our like Facebook pages and in other places. And I think that a lot of people are somewhat disappointed about the camera. I don't think that there is really a reason to be disappointed, because like it brings all the new features that all the like the new full frame cameras have to the A6700. The big, I think, drawback is the body, because it's still like the A6000 sort of body. They changed some stuff on the top. They bought this like mode dial, which has similar to the A7 IV and the other cameras, Sony new cameras. But you still have like a relatively low resolution viewfinder. It's like 2.3 million dots, and the screen is like articulated, but it's not like the A7R5 articulated version, and still low resolution. So I don't know, people were hoping for something more. My thoughts, and this is like, you know, we knew about the A6700 for like a month now. I've been to a press event that Sony did a month ago. They're NDA, so obviously we couldn't say anything. But I don't have any information about like a new higher level Sony APS-C camera. But if I were to guess, I would say that it would at least make sense for Sony to have, like, I would call it a mini A1. So,
like what form factor?
So that's exactly the point. I would take something like the A7 IV body, put an APS-C sensor on it, and then have like a sensor which is similar to the A1 but lower resolution in APS-C, like 20 something megapixel,
So like
with fast shooting.
right.
That's the whole, because the A1 has the fast reading, so it doesn't have the viewfinder is always on. You don't have a blackout, so that can be really interesting. But that camera is going to be very expensive.
No, of course, and but I guess they know where they're going with this. But I don't really see. I would think that the Z line would take over the 6,000 line.
But it doesn't have a viewfinder, so and a lot of people still want it, as you said. You know.
Oh yeah, I would if they made like an
external viewfinder.
I think that'd be great.
In theory, I think it can work, because they have this part is a digital, and I'm not sure how much information it can transmit. But if it's fast enough, maybe they can do it. But then again, the people won't. I know.
No, yeah, it's tricky
because they have all these lines. So what's the point if they have like one and then you? I know.
It's cannibalizing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you can. I mean. It's interesting.
It's an interesting idea. So that's the A6700. Obviously, there are more things to read about this camera. We have an article, full article about it.
Hello.
The second product that they announced is the 70-200mm f4, which is like a second generation of that lens. You've been using. We're actually shooting now with
that one there.
Yeah, with a 70-200mm f 2.8 Mark II.
Mark II, yeah.
Yeah. It's been
an amazing lens. It's light. It's lighter than the previous version. It's just great.
Yeah.
It's 2.8.
But it's expensive.
That's where I was going with it.
Yeah.
So the F4, I mean,
it's about almost half the price, but it's a little bit lighter. I think that the only thing that I don't like about it is the fact that it extends.
Yeah.
But this is a sacrifice they had to make in order to make it so small.
Exactly. So, but I don't know, F4 on such a long lens is still great. I shot with this lens. I brought the wrong filter. I thought it was the wrong size filter. I thought it was 77 or 70. Anyway, wrong. I brought the wrong filter, and I had to shoot at like f11.
Oh,
and it's still at 200 millimeters.
In terms of like separation,
blurry. So like blurred background. So f4
Yeah, it's definitely fine for, unless you're a really low light situation, then it's a problem. The big thing about this lens, and the reason why I'm so interested in it, and there is a good chance that we're actually going to either review it, buy it, or both, is that it has macro, and that's it has actually, it's not macro, it has close up, 1:2, so it's 1:2 macro, it's not full macro. But if you use a teleconverter, it actually turns into a 1:1 throughout the entire range. At least this is, if I'm getting this right.
But then you lose light.
Yeah, obviously, it's an f8, I think an f8 throughout the entire range, but you get a 1:1 magnification. And when you're shooting macro, if you have light, then you're good to go. And macro, you usually shoot close down, because otherwise,
Of course.
Yeah. Especially in 200 millimeter. But the thing is, and this is amazing, you're going to get a 200 millimeter 1:1 or 1:2.
That's nothing.
There is no lens like this. Exactly. So I'm thinking this is going to be an amazing lens. I mean, I've seen reviews already, and
is it available already?
Either now or very soon. So there have been some reviews already, and they look amazing. So it's a very promising lens. And the third product and the third announcement was a mic called ECM M1.
Yeah.
And we actually been working with this. I don't remember the name. I'll put it on the screen. You reviewed it?
Yeah, they have the other version, which is the M10. Then this one's like the
older one?
Yeah, the older one.
Yeah.
And this one, I forget the...
Yeah, we'll put the name on the screen, but you tested it. It's very good.
I think it's great. The only thing on it is like the shock mount is not awesome.
Yeah, this
but I mean, you don't want to run around with a mic anyway.
I know some people do if you're vlogging.
No, for vlogging, I mean, when you're just you have it extended and stuff, and it's got a little bit of a wiggle there, it's dampened.
Yeah,
but
if you really move,
if you're shaking, you can actually hear the body, the handling noise.
Yeah,
other than that, the noise cancellation on it is great.
Yeah, and this one
form factor.
Yeah. No, the new one is actually smaller than this. This is a little bit long.
UFO looking thing, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's like it has 4 capsules on the top, and it's shorter. But this has like three modes. The new one has 8, so you can choose like stereo and like different exactly. So you can choose what.
I think they're doing a great thing with these mics. I think that's the way to go. Cables,
exactly.
I've lost these cables, and or a cable goes wrong, and you don't know if you're recording. It's always somehow. The only thing that I think that this needs, like this smart shoe, whatever they're calling it, needs, is some kind of an on-screen notification that you're connected, because because the only thing there is a little
on the camera on the screen
it just says that you're
48 hertz something or whatever,
but there's no like, hey, you're recording through that,
or at least on this.
Some kind of.
I think the camera will be the easiest, but what they do is like it's easy to for the in firmware probably, but firmware with Sony is like a little bit tricky. But I agree with you. And the new mic is definitely interesting. Last year you talked about cables. Last year in IBC we actually didn't bring, for one day we didn't bring one of the cables. We had to borrow from, I think, Manfrotto. They were kind enough to lend us a cable. But that's a little bit sad. Talking about this, actually, something interesting. We should be getting, hopefully, a new mic from Godox, which uses this for the first time. I'll put it on the screen, the model and everything. It's interesting because it's the first time that you have like a wireless mic, like
third party.
Yeah,
I have more people, more companies
use this?
Use that. I mean, it's a great interface.
The question is whether or not Sony actually permits this.
Well, somehow Godox did it.
Sony might at some point decide that they don't want it and don't allow it. I know. We will have to see, but that's I know. So let's move on to other things. There are a few other things on our list.
There's lights.
There are lights, yeah. So the first one is the Maxima 6.
Yeah.
And Maxima, for those who don't know, is an Italian manufacturer.
Right. Max.
And we actually been in touch with them. They're really nice guys. And they had, like in 2021, they released Maxima 3. Which was an interesting, like we got it in the studio for like a couple of days, and then something, never mind how it happened, but something happened.
No matter whose fault.
And we had to send it back. So we didn't end up reviewing it. Hopefully the Maxima 6 will end up reviewing. It's a 600 COB daylight, but what's special about it, and
it's a panel, right?
No, it's not a panel. It's a COB. It's a COB. COB, it's you can put like either Bowens with an adapter, or I think natively it's Profotto. So you can hook up any Profotto like softboxes and stuff.
Modifiers.
Yeah, exactly. But what's nice about it is that they claim, I don't know, I didn't check, but they claim it's the first GaN or GaN or whatever you want to call it, like gallium nitride circuit-based lighting.
Okay.
Now, yeah, so...
How does that help?
Actually, it's supposed to help a lot. You've tested gallium nitride chargers, exactly.
Yeah, two of them.
Two of them. And maybe even a battery, I think? I don't remember.
The
one of them, yeah,
power bank.
The power banks was also gallium nitride. So gallium nitride, for those who don't know, has a lot of advantages. It's not exactly a new technology. It's been around for like 20 years at least, but it's been very expensive, probably still pretty expensive, but the prices are coming down, and at least unless the Chinese will block the shipments, we don't know. But
volatile.
But what it does, it basically it's much better than silicon in terms of like efficiency. So you get more with less heat. So in terms of, and you lose less power. So in a light, what you can do is like it's a 600 watt light, but they claim that it outperforms 700 watt light. It is smaller, so the whole thing doesn't need as much cooling. So the whole thing, it's like the Maxima 6, it's like a 600 watt COB, which weighs 4 kilograms. It's like
that's nothing.
That's nothing, yeah. It's very small. So
is the other 600?
No. It's like they're very big. So this is amazing, and it doesn't heat. At least this is what they claim. It doesn't heat as much. It doesn't produce as much noise. It's more efficient. It's better in all respect. It is expensive, but it's an Italian light manufactured in Italy. Everything is in Italy. I think even the components are from Italy. I don't know how they do it. Obviously, the gallium nitride is not from Italy. Yeah, but aside from that, it's all Italian stuff. So that's interesting. We have an article about it, and hopefully we can review it later this year. We have a software thing that we want to cover.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, we've had that. The software's been around, right? Sony had their software.
Let's. What is? Yeah. What is it?
The software we're talking about is
Gyroflow or Gyroflow. Yeah.
Who's that?
I know. I need to talk to them. I
haven't contacted them yet. But it uses new Sony camera's gyro data to stabilize the image. So basically, you turn off the stabilizer in camera. You shoot wider because it will...
Oh, yeah, it will crop, yeah.
But it's a lot better result because it knows exactly the positioning of your camera as opposed to the warp stabilizer and Adobe or the stabilization and DaVinci, which work great to an extent because it seems to me they only soften a specific type of movement. So if you're panning and all of a sudden you jerk, it doesn't know what to do with it. So there's jello, there's all kinds of crazy stuff. So this stuff, this gyroscopic data, the camera tells the software exactly where the positioning is, so it knows how to even it out. It will prop in significantly if it's like crazy movement.
So you need to basically use wider angle lenses or to frame the image with
frame it wider, and but it gives great results. And then they have the standalone software and they have a plugin
for DaVinci.
Well, that's the one I tried.
No, as far as I know, that I don't think that they have one for Premiere at the moment. I need to talk to them, but the results are good from.
They're great. Well, I didn't do a specific testing where, like, you can see the.
Maybe if you want this, write to us in the comments. Maybe we can do like even a comparison between this and the Catalyst Browse thing. That could be interesting.
I don't see how they would be different. It's the same data.
Maybe the algorithms are different, you know.
It'd be interesting too.
So, tell us if you want this in our upcoming video. What else do we have? I think that the Polar Pro
filters.
Yeah, that's new. Who made them?
Peter Buchanan. Thanks for
the guy. Thank you, Peter.
The only one, the one and only.
Yeah. So the special thing about those is the locking mechanism. So you have like basically it's magnetic, if I understand this correctly.
It's magnetic and it locks in, right? The problem with magnetic filter systems, we've tried some before. You can watch a review. They're great. They're good until you bump into something.
You move them a little bit.
And the way you usually run around and shoot stuff, of course you're not hitting your camera on things, but rubbing it against yourself, like especially if it's hanging on a sling or something.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
You never know.
So if you have the option to lock it, it's fantastic.
I think it's great. And it's great to be able to take it off quickly, because there's many times where it's like, you go from light to dark, from light to dark. All of a sudden, you get a quick change. You want a quick change.
No, with regular magnetics you can do it, but you don't have the safety of the lock.
Right.
So maybe we'll test them. I know, but the idea is nice. We'll have again everything linked below. Manfrotto has new video bags.
Oh yeah, those are nice. Those are interesting.
We're not sure yet. We didn't test them. We talked to Manfrotto. They should have us send us some samples later on this year.
Yeah, they're like doctor bags.
Yeah,
or tool, whatever.
Yeah, sort of a top mounted sort of
top loader.
Loader, yeah.
So yeah, it's like it's a hard case. No, semi-hard.
Semi-hard, yeah.
They have some special padding and stuff, and then you just drop your entire rig in there, and it makes it easier to.
The thing is that it's a video dedicated bag, so you can drop in. I'm not sure. It depends on the size, but either like I don't know, FX6 or something like that, and with fully rigged with everything, and then you can take it off. Without,
because there's got to be a limit to what kind of rig.
Yeah, obviously. I'm guessing if it's too tall, too wide, you won't be able to do it. But like smaller, mid-size rigs or something.
So it's not something that you would like. You wouldn't switch your backpack.
No, it's not a substitute for a backpack. I don't think it's designed to walk around with it for too long. It's like from the car to your location, something like that. So that's the new Manfrotto bags. Finally, we have a new Tascam recorder, small one.
Yeah, that's nice.
I think I'm not sure if this is the first one to have like a 32-bit float in a small form factor.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. What I found strange is that all those mics we're recording with, like both shotgun and DJI right now. Those DJI / Rode / whatever.
Everybody has a small white mic now.
They're now a million.
Can you stick 32-bit float in there?
Yeah, that's the question. Why not? I'm not sure if it's really required, but if you scream or something, a noise comes in.
Well, I think they're going the other direction. Like Hollyland, they have the new noise cancellation. So if you cancel out,
it's the same
different.
thing.
different sides, right?
Yeah.
Of making sure that you got good clean audio, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know what the limitations
weddings and stuff. I think that this is more like for like weddings and events and stuff. And sometimes you have like really loud music or somebody like is too close. So I don't know. It's like, so it does make sense to have 32-bit float. Absolutely. I would put 32-bit float on everything, you know, why not?
2023. Let's do it. I clipped the latest video.
Yeah. So we had some issues with audio.
I forgot the change that I was playing around with.
The XLR unit.
The XLR unit for trying to set it up for
time code.
And I forgot to change it back, so everything was clipped. So yeah, I would have loved to not have to reshoot that whole thing.
that would be great. Okay, so these are all the topics. I just want to mention a few things that we are working on at the moment. There are a few things which we can share with you because there are like future announcements that we can share. We're under NDA, but there are a few things that we can share. So the first one is this behemoth of a lens. This is the new relatively new 14mm f1.4 Sigma lens. So that's gigantic. This is coming in like a month or so, the review. We are waiting for a meteorite shower. We want to do like star trails and whatever. We have a person who specializes in shooting the aurora in the north. And he comes to Israel every like a month, and there is a meteor shower next month. So we'll try this then and bring you the review. I'm also testing the 60 to 600mm Sigma lens. I don't have it here, but it's gigantic and pretty heavy. But it's an interesting lens. Other than that, this is something that I sort of picked up by accident on eBay. It's a Vlogger. Have you ever heard about them?
I lost the camera.
One of our cameras died, but
the main one. Okay, no,
not the main one. Okay, so we will continue with this one. So, have you ever heard about Vlogger?
I've seen many vlogs about this one.
So this is like a quick release, and the specialized thing about this is that this is both a 501 and an Arca. Yeah. But it doesn't fit our Arca, which is like the Manfrotto / RC2. It's not as useful as we wanted it to be, but the design is interesting. If you're using a regular Arca, this could be interesting. It's not super expensive. It's like $50 or something. It's an option. You're testing the P600 from Godox?
Yeah, it's a big panel, 600-watt panel. Still need some accessories for it.
We're waiting for
to send that. It's a big lens.
Yeah, it's very lightweight.
Exactly, for the
600 watt. Yeah, it's nothing. And it doesn't have a power brick. So
yeah, it's like an all-in-one panel design, just a panel and just plug it in. And
maybe this also uses GaN. I'm not sure. I need to talk to them, but I don't know how they did it. It's very light and it doesn't have a power brick. So I don't know.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And finally, we have some bags that I'm testing. So these are two think tank bags. This is a small one. I don't remember the name. I'll put it on the screen. But usually I use either what you call the nose bags, which is just a single camera, or like backpacks. This is like good for like like a camera and 2-3 lenses. If you have small lenses, even more. I really like it. It's nice. I'll do a short review.
It's got like a hook on the back too.
It's magnetic. It has all sorts of like interesting things. Wait up for this review. And there is another like larger think tank bag that I'm also testing. I'm using it mostly as a daily driver. Although it's like a it's a big one for travel mostly. So it might take a little bit more time to review it, but that's it. So I think that we can wrap things up.
Yeah. To being with us.
Thank you, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Bye.